Hello and welcome to the Family Court of Western Australia. My name's Graham O'Dell. For many of you, attendance at the Family Court will be the first time you've actually stepped inside a courtroom. The aim of this video is to give you an understanding of what to expect once you're in the courtroom and an insight into some of the participants. Come on, let's go and have a look. This is the resource room within the Family Court where people can come and use the website to access information on the Family Court website. They can also use the telephones to access assistance lines. It's a free service and it's operated by the Family Court itself. This is the subpoena viewing room where people come to view their court documents and listen to transcripts of the case if they so desire. It's a secure room and no information can leave this particular room. So here we are in front of the courtroom waiting for our case to be called.
Smith and Smith, we're ready for you now.
Okay, here we go. We're waiting for the court to come into session with the arrival of Judge Price.
All stand. Please be seated.
Your Honour, my name is Julia Mansfield. I'm instructed by Mansfield and Associates and I'm appearing on behalf of Isabel Smith.
Your Honour, my name is Stephen Smith and I will be representing myself today.
Sitting beneath the Australian crest in what is referred to as the bench is the presiding officer of the court, His Honour Judge Price. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Could you give us a little bit of an understanding of what your role in the court actually is?
As a judge in the family court, it is my job to resolve disputes between feuding parties. When making my judgments or reasons for the decision, I address the following areas: the facts of the case, the issues involved, the relevant law, what would Lord Dennings do, the interpretation of the law, and the orders made as a result. Judgments may be delivered orally at the end of the case, or the decision may be reserved and presented formally in a written document at a later date.
A judge's workload is obviously immense. It's the role of the judge's associate to actually help with this workload. Judge Price's associate is Yassin Jabril. Hello Yassin and welcome to the program.
Hello, how are you doing?
Could you give us an idea of how you actually help the judge?
As a judge's associate, it is my job as a judge's representative to make sure that all administrative works as well as researches are maintained within the court proceedings. As a judge's associate, it is also my job to act as a representative within the court and maintain all note-taking practices within the court as well as maintaining all proceedings within the court.
Of course, there wouldn't be the need for a court if it wasn't for our next two participants. Steve has decided to represent himself while Isabel has employed the services of the renowned man-hater, Julia Mansfield. Steve, could you explain why you decided to represent yourself?
Well mate, I thought there's no need for a lawyer. I thought about getting a lawyer, but the family court gives me everything I need to represent myself. Not to mention, she's probably going to take my money anyway. I checked out the internet and they had the information and application forms so I could easily represent myself within the family court's judicial system. With all the information given by the courts, I'm pretty sure they're going to get a fair trial.
Oh, Isabel, you've chosen to be represented. Can you explain your decision?
I found the stress of the divorce and the separation really hard, and I didn't want the added pressure of having to try and understand the legal processes and systems of the family court. Apparently 90% of cases get resolved through mediation and negotiation, but unfortunately that didn't happen in my case. So having a lawyer really helped ease the stress and knowing that everything's basically taken care of through my trial. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce my lawyer, Julia.
As a family law practitioner, it is my role to represent my client to the best of my ability. I must find out the nature of the case and advise my client on the best form of legal action. I must direct my client to other supports and services such as children's services, and she must have a reasonable expectation of the outcome of the case. I prepare all the legal documents and handle all the legal correspondence, and if necessary, represent my client in court. I must prepare reasonable arguments for court and not take unfair advantage of personal litigants.
Assisting the court is the court officer, Robert Cock. Robert, could you explain your role to us a little bit?
As the court officer, I maintain law and order in the court, direct the court to stand when the judge enters, and sit at the appropriate time. My main role is to assist those appearing in front of the court by directing them and making sure they're inside the court when the court is ready for them.
Now, the back of the court is the court transcriber. Today we have Ryan Mitchell. Ryan, can you explain to us a little bit about what the transcriber actually does?
All court proceedings in the Family Court of Western Australia are provided by the transcriber situated at the back of the courtroom. In the Western Australian Family Court, reporting and transcription services are provided by an outside contractor. Transcription of a court hearing can be purchased only by the parties to the proceedings or their lawyers. To obtain a copy of hearing, litigants or their lawyers must write a letter to the court support officer audio-visual. A monetary value is attached to all transcription services provided by the outside contractor. The court holds recording tapes for up to 5 years only. To find out more information about the transcription services provided by the West Australian Family Court, please visit the Frequently Asked Questions webpage on the Family Court website.
This area is the public gallery with Ben Persich in attendance. Ben, what brings you to the public gallery?
Sessions at the Family Court are open to the public, yet you must be 18 years or older. This gives people an opportunity to familiarise themselves with the court proceedings. It is an offence to relay any information observed whilst in the courtroom. This is to ensure that the privacy of the parties is maintained. Recording devices of any kind require a judge's or magistrate's approval.
The witness may choose an oath or an affirmation.
I've chosen to affirm. I do solemnly, sincerely and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give will be the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Well, there you have it, the Family Court of Western Australia. Hopefully this video has dispelled some of the myths and uncertainties that you may have had regarding a courtroom situation. We wish you all the best and good luck. Bye-bye for now.
Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Enjoy the cupcakes.